Everybody, I'm Kendra, and this is Kendra Full of Joy. Got my Christmassy hat on for day 3 of Vlogmas. Today I'm going to make Christmas crack. I know it's an oldie and a favorite, so I'm just going to put my little spin on it that I like to do. So, first thing you want to do is get, for my recipe anyway, this 11 by 14 high-lipped, is that what you call it? High-sided jelly roll pan. I call it just everything a cookie sheet if it's this shape. I use, instead of parchment paper for this recipe, I use parchment paper for cookies, but for this I use the non-stick. It's brand new. That's brand new. Been out for a couple of years, but maybe even more. I love it. You don't want to use the shiny side. You want to use the dull side. There's a definite difference. The shiny side has nothing on it. It's regular foil. The dull side will, everything slides right off. Cinnamon rolls, barbecue ribs, caramel, doesn't matter, it comes right off. Instead of putting my back to the camera on my stove, I've got my hot plate here. First thing you want to do is get a pan, put it on the medium heat. You're going to want to take 2 sticks of real butter. You can use margarine if you want to try it, but real butter really for this actually works best. I don't know what the difference is in this, but for me, I've noticed that it does. So there's 1 stick and 2 sticks. I used a little bit less butter than I thought I was going to when I had Thanksgiving menu done, and so I just happened to have it here. So you're going to want to melt that, and to that you want to add 1 cup of brown sugar. I like to use dark brown sugar. You can use light, absolutely. Doesn't make a lot of difference. Actually, the whole difference in dark brown sugar and light brown sugar is it's all sugar. The amount of added to it. So all brown sugar has molasses added to it, and dark brown sugar has a full 50% more. I just read that today when I was researching it. So I've noticed when I use dark brown sugar, my cookies come out chewier, and I'm always going for that. In most types of cookie recipes that I use, I like a chewy bite rather than a snappy, crispy bite. You know, depending on the recipe, but for most cookies, I like that. So here we go with this, and it's going to take a while to get nice and melted, and I know you can't really see it, but there's that. While this is getting melted, you want to take, I'm going to use these Zesta saltines, just that brand. You can use store brand. This is just what I happen to have, and most of the time I have store brand. So I'm going to line them up. I do salt side down. The reason I do salt side down is so that when this is done and you crack it and you go to put it in your mouth, if you put it cracker side down, you're going to get more of a salty, like a salty bite on my tongue. So I don't know the exact number this is going to use. I don't think I ever counted it. But what it is you just want to cover the bottom of the pan as best you can. Oops, one got flipped over wrong. So this is usually gone before you can even store it, but it's something you can leave on the countertop or put in the refrigerator. I've never tried freezing it. I don't know if it works to be frozen or not. You know, if you freeze it, in my mind I'm thinking, when it gets thawed, will the crackers get kind of a mush? And that kind of defeats the whole purpose of calling it a cracker, you know? It's not going to be cracky anymore. You know, unless I'm throwing crackers in my soup, I'd rather they not be kind of wet. Ugh. So, here we go. I like to do these things that are easy and fast, which reminds me I ought to pay attention to this. Start a fire. It's getting there. I'm wondering what I'll do next. I'll probably do another cookie, another easy type cookie tomorrow. What I've been doing is making the batter, dough, whatever you want to call it. You like my hat? Anyway, I can hear it when I move my head. It reminded me. What I've been doing is making the dough and putting it in the freezer so I can have one big baking day. Okay, things are going to get kind of weird here because it looks like they're not coming out even. So I might have to fudge it up some. I wonder if I can, there, crack them in half, and then you've got the right size for the edges. You can't see it. I really need to work on my presentation with this. Okay. Today I have planned leftovers. Last night or yesterday I made a whole bunch of spaghetti, and there's some of that left over. Some of it, there's a lot of it left over because it was so much. And I know that they like that as a leftover. I've known some people that will only eat spaghetti the first day it's made, which I thought was odd my whole life because I think it's even better the second day. And the same way with pizza. I'll take it anyway. We're almost done with this. Okay, so this is basically completely covered up. I had to break some of my crackers in half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 40, if you count the ones, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 and a half crackers. So put those away. We're done with this part. Oh, hey. Now we're supposed to do this for just about 3 minutes. And I'm going to turn it down just a skosh so it doesn't burn. So it's 106 now. I'm going to give it to 109, maybe less, because I didn't catch it when it was on a full-on roll boil. I'm going to keep that going. If you do this not enough time, not at least 3 minutes, then what might happen is your crack might be stupid. Your cracker cookies might be more chewy and not snappy. So it's the whole idea is you're making it to a certain temperature, I think. So as soon as this gets done, we're going to put this on top of the crackers and put it in the oven for 5 minutes. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, after today's planned leftovers, I don't have to cook tonight. Then tomorrow I'm gonna do a Moss Family TV's Build Your Own Subs. So I know that the boys all like subs. So they're gonna do that. And let's see. Then the next day is Sunday, and I think I have planned chicken and dumplings. On Monday, I'll show my, it's a meal planner that you're supposed to hang on the wall. I don't know if I'll hang it or not because I don't know where I would hang it, that I would be able to reach it well. Maybe over there. Anyway, it's set up kind of like a photo, not a photo, like it's framed and it's glass instead of plastic. So you use the same write-on, wipe-off things, but it's not that plasticky kind. I got that last night. I had seen it and decided I wasn't going to pay much for it. And all I could do was think about it. So I went back and got it. And when I got in line, the guy rang it up and I said, hey, how much did that ring up for? And he goes, told me what it was. I'm not going to tell you. My husband might see. Anyway, I said, it's still that much, huh? Oh gosh, yeah, it was. I don't usually buy a lot of things for myself, like I shouldn't say I don't, but I don't that often. So this was something that I thought I really gave it a lot of thought and a lot of time. So we have 1 more minute, and I can tell the consistency is starting to change. I also used a saucepan with a lip to make the saucepan more easily poured on top of these crackers. And that oven is already preheated. That's important too. Preheat your oven so that you don't have to do that later. Is this, oh, there it is. We've got our time now. I want to do this right-handed. Okay. I didn't give this any thought either. There. Turn that off. Pour this. This is going to be screeching hot, as would, you know, any hot candy that you're making. I'm drinking Milo's Zero Sugar tea, which is my new love, out of a Sonic cup. Yeah, and I nearly knocked it over talking about it. Out of a Sonic's cup. And the reason I'm doing that is my husband got me a Diet Dr. Pepper last night on his way home. He went out of town to do some stuff, and on his way home he stopped there and he got me an extra ice because he knows I love their ice. Who doesn't love Sonic ice, really? It's the best ice. And I know some people have ice machines that make that ice. That's one of my future wants, not needs. I'm going to see if I didn't make not enough. It's not looking good. Where's my offset spatula? There it is. Let's try this. It's cooling down fast. Can you see? Oh, come back. Okay. I can't believe how quick, you know, Christmas is coming up on us. My daughter put up her tree for her family yesterday. We put up our tree last week. Okay, let's put this bad boy in the oven for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Woo, that is hot. Okay, since we're done with the pan, I'm going to put it in the sink. Unplug this. Fill this with water and soap, because you know that's going to get sticky like caramel does. Okay. Now, oh well, I'll come back to this. I'm going to just not talk to you. I might edit that out if I can figure out how. Chances are I won't be able to. I put this away because I already talked about this. And get this recipe where I can see it. I use the crackers, so I can put that over here. You don't need to be in the way for that. And this is still kind of warm. Why do I'm the champion at burning myself. Have you burned yourself any times in the kitchen? I did. Of course I did. Let me tell you about it. So, let's see. I think I might have been 28 or 29 years old. And every October, my first children were little, I would make a lot of things for the holidays. And it was October 1st or 2nd, something like that. It was early October. But I really, really wanted to make candy apples. So I decided that I would. And I got my recipe, I got my pot, put it on the stove. Everything is great. I had done this many, many times before. Haven't done it after. I've never made them again. So I put in the spoon, making all of that molten red cinnamon candy, you know, whatever it is. It just like boils like a cauldron, you know. It's got to be super hot. I think it's called a hard crack stage, so that when you bite it, it's not chewy like caramel, it snaps. So anyway, I got that going, and I put the sticks in all the little apples, and I'm dipping them in the hot pan and rolling them and dropping them onto whatever I was dropping them on. Probably back then I greased a cookie sheet, because I don't think I even knew what parchment paper was, and they did not have this yet. Anyway, I'm going along at a pretty good clip, because I know what I'm doing. I've done this 100 times. Well, I don't know why, but when I grabbed the stick and I put the apple in the hot stuff and I held it up, it's, for whatever reason, I let go of it and it went like that. And it attached to my hand, just stayed there. And of course, this is gruesome, but I pulled it off. I had to. It was hot and it was coming off. And so I had to go to the burn unit for debridement every day. Debridement means where they take care of the wound if it's a burn, a bad burn. Anyway, that was no fun. And I never made candy apples again. It was not a good thing to do. And if anybody ever wants to make candy apples, I would caution you. Nowadays, I bet you could even get like the Ove glove or something, you know, that you could wear when you do something like that. There's no reason to be having your naked hands right there near it. I just am thankful I've never had an accident with a little child in my kitchen, because over the years I have had some little children in my kitchen while I'm doing stuff. In fact, when I am frying, you know, at my age now that I am, if I'm frying something like chicken or potatoes or whatever, a lot of times I've got a gate over here at the end of my dining room to kitchen. I'll close that and keep the little pups locked out so they can't get hurt, just in case something should happen. And the one, Joy, she's my female toy poodle. That girl will, if you drop something, she eats it now and asks questions later. It could be, you know, a hot piece of something, or it could be poisonous. You know, like dogs aren't supposed to eat, like, you know, onions, and there's a whole list of things, chocolate, and she'll snarf it down. So, well, one time she got into something, I can't remember. Anyway, she's alive and she's fine, but she's a mess. We have to watch her close. And the boy will tell on her when she's getting into things that she shouldn't. The other day, the garbage can was full. I was busy, so I took another wastebasket, put it on top of the kitchen wastebasket has a floor pedal to open it, so I just put it on top of the full one. And she was able to knock it down, and she was face down in a pork roast wrapper. And he, the boy, was panicking. He was backing up and slamming into me, backing up and slamming into me. And I thought, what is wrong with you? You must have an empty food bowl or something. So I came around the corner to find her face down in this pork wrapper. She knew she was a naughty girl. Anyway, so I'm thinking we've got about one more minute on this. The toppings come next. You know what I need to do? Get myself hot pad and put something here too. I don't know if the counters are safe for hot or not. Okay, this is thick enough to take that. And then the little Christmas tree ones. I don't remember where I got these, but I used to do pen pal stuff, and a lot of the times we would do swaps. And so, like, we would have holiday socks and holiday soap and, you know, stuff like that. And this, I think, was one of those for kitchen stuff. Those were a lot of fun, especially when you got a really good partner. You never knew who you were going to get. It was kind of random. You get set up with that. So I'm going to go over here and take this out. Oh yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. What do you think? You can't really see it, I bet. All right, so now what we need to do, kind of quickly, I'm using Ghirardelli. You need 2 cups and 16 ounces of dark chocolate. That's what I use. And these are not like chips, they're more like discs. Flatter, they may melt easier. Super hot. While it's super hot, you want to get it done and get it done quick so that you can spread this out like a frosting. Yeah. Me hurrying is never a good idea. Slow down, Kendra. You know what they say when you talk to somebody who's like an EMT or a firefighter, and a lot of times they'll say, if you're ever a first responder on scene of something that happens, or you yourself have been involved in something, it's not the emergency often that'll get you. It's your response to that emergency. Like if you come up on a car accident, you stop your car and run out to help, and another car hits you, or something like that, you know? So, I don't know why I'm telling you all of this, because I babble, right? Okay, I'm going to put another, I should have used regular heavy duty for this. It would have worked a lot better. Now I'm going to get a kitchen towel. And put that on top of this. Now I'm going to wait for just a minute until I think we might be good for melting. When that happens, I'm going to take my offset spatula that's got, it's dry now, that caramel is dry and hard. I'm going to spread it out like frosting, and then I'm going to put the toppings on it. And that is it. I know I might have made it sound like it was a bigger deal than it was, but it's just not. It's easy. Those of you that have put up your trees or your house lights or whatever it is you do, have you done it already? Do you like colored lights or white lights? Here's how I did that. Last year we got a bigger tree because it was last year. We had our first Christmas in this house. And so, because we moved in January, we've been here a full year. So this is our second full year now. But anyway, Costco had trees back then, and they were not expensive as they are now. We wouldn't have done it gosh, no way. Have you seen what Christmas trees cost now? The fake ones, I mean? They look really real, and I think they're worth having for a whole lot of reasons. They last forever. They don't give you allergens, and anyway. My Christmas tree has lights on it, and you have a control. They can be white, they can be colored, they can flash back and forth between white and color. So it's whatever your mood is, you know? Okay, so I'm going to take this off now. Oh yeah. Shouldn't have mushed it down. That chocolate won't stick to that foil. Now don't fall. Okay. We'll try to spread this chocolate around. Oh yeah, this is turning out well. Can you see that? I'm very happy with how this chocolate melted. I was really afraid with this Ghirardelli. I've heard terrible, not that Ghirardelli, the company, I've just heard terrible things about it. If you change any one little thing, then you're gonna be sorry. And in the past, I have used semi-sweet, which I think is the bigger, more popular one to use. I want to get these corners here real well. Spread the love. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now, one more corner here. What part of the country are you in? I think I've said 100 times. I'm in Washington State, about an hour and 20-minute drive from Seattle, in a really rural part of Washington State. And it's real mild in the winter, usually here. So now I'm going to take chopped walnuts. You could use any kind of walnut, not any kind of walnut, any kind of nuts you liked. I am using walnuts because I have a bunch of them. I don't like to waste. It used to be that I was real partial to pecans, and I still love pecans. It's just that I'm okay with using something else. Okay, so now I've done that. All the pecans are in there. Now, I took a bag of mini M&Ms, and I pilfered a bunch of red and white ones. Can you tell? I want to make this more even. There. And now I'm going to put those all over it. Now I won't cover these again because I don't want these chocolate candies to melt, completely away. they're still gonna melt to the chocolate itself. I think this is just so pretty. You know, when you do an extra little something something to it. In the past, I haven't. I bet you could even do mini marshmallows on top of it. I know you could, because I saw where somebody was saying once that they used graham crackers and mini marshmallows, and they made s'mores, and I thought, well, that'd be a cool idea for this summer. Although, I mean, it's never really a bad time to have s'mores. Okay, it's not super even, but it's even enough. I'm gonna hold it up and show it to you. I'm not gonna make you hang around until it is hard, but it will get hard and snappy, and you can break it apart. And it's hard to say how many this will serve, how many your family, how much they like it. It'd be a good thing to take to a family gathering or a party. I was invited today to a Christmas cookie exchange, but I don't have it in my time budget, and I used to love those. In fact, I hosted them for a few years. Christmas exchange cookie parties where you bring so many cookies like we used to do, I don't know how many dozen, 6 or 12 dozen or something, and then we'd exchange. Everybody would get one of everybody else's, and we'd all bring a potluck dinner. And it's fun stuff, fun stuff. I will be glad when we can all get back to normal again and do that. All right, so that's my story. If you like stuff like this, grocery hauls, tomorrow I'm gonna have a grocery haul, I think. I know I am, because I haven't got all of the stuff for the Build Your Own subs. Anyway, if you like stuff like this, please subscribe. There's a subscribe button, and if you punch that, then it makes my numbers. I've got like 89 subscribers now. I'm so happy. I want 100. I want 100 for Christmas. So there you have it. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.